Welcome to the Full Experience. This is the show where we watched 4 episodes of a television show to see if we can get the gist. We watched the first episode, we watched the last episode, and in between, we watched the ultimate and the lowest as per ratings on IMDb. And we are finishing up 24 with the last episode, season 8, episode 24, day 8, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I'm sorry, literally 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. This first aired on May 24th, 2010. Doesn't feel that long ago, honestly. I'm Tom Merritt. He's Brian Brushwood.
Wow. Yeah, I guess 15 years ago. Tom, I didn't like it. I think 24 didn't hold up. I think 24 is a lot of, it's like watching the Harlem Shake. It's like, man, was that a thing that had a process that was a thing?
Tell me if this is the point that you didn't like the most or not. If we're going to get silly, let's get silly. Former president assassin. Wait, now suicide? Fine. Let's have Jack single-handedly escape and stop someone. They started to get silly and then they backed off.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I had forgotten that the casting of that a lot of presidents running around on this.
I had to look that up in IMDb. Am I hearing that right? And if we had been watching the whole season, I guess this is Full Experience not working. We would have known, he was the president previously.
And the Richard Nixon president was just so on the nose. He went a little mustache twirling villain. It's like, you did a good thing. Oh, your humble narrator believes that it's great that we're drinking booze to the death of Jack Bauer, who's been shot.
I am not a crook. I was booing when the president solved the mystery. I was like, no, Jack does that. Why are we having the other president do that? I kind of like the Jack Bauer that doesn't give an F though. That was fun to watch.
Okay, so here's my question to you. Did they think this was going to be the last episode when they did this? Because
that is interesting, right? Because there is a quote unquote 9th season where he's in England. That's a separate series that happens years later. But some people call it the 9th season because it's still Jack Bauer.
Well, and this felt very much like they were setting up for a loose cannon Jack Bauer movie.
Yeah, he goes on the run. Yeah.
Yes, it's their own Jack Reacher or something.
Yeah, Jack Bauer lives to fight another day.
Well, gentlemen, that's because they were.
Oh!
So yeah, there's been plans on and off for the last 15 years to create a Jack Bauer based 24 based movie where a feature length film of
how do they not
45 to 215.
I mean, it's a little cool now, but how did they not do that back then?
It kept changing hands, and then world events were going on. Then Kiefer Sutherland wasn't available for filming, and then it changed director's hands, and that producer died, and then it went to some.
Oh wow!
So,
okay.
It's been fraught
that is a really good latent brand. That is one that, given the right framework, and if you really want, if you want this to pop, I'm going to pitch it to you. You tell me if you like this or not. Trick the audience. Let us all think we're here for some kind of novel story, and somehow not let us realize that it's a Jack Bauer story, and it's a similar framework of real-time events to 24, but not 24, and then reveal very quickly. I would get excited all over again if it was of the current moment.
So you're promoting it as a Kiefer Sutherland movie that's not 24, but then it turns out he's Jack Bauer?
If you can, keep it a secret that he's even in it.
So you're not. But then do you get anyone to watch it?
Well, that is traditionally the problem with marketing good surprises in movies.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. No. There was an unforgivable sin in this episode.
Was it the twinkling of the drone up in the sky like it was leading the 3 wise men? Was it the delivery?
Was it looking up at the drone
camera? Was it the fact that he got shot clean and was it the fact that what melted the heart of the Grinch who stole America was a recording of Jack Bauer explaining right and wrong?
You are not wrong in considering those as perhaps unforgivable sins, and perhaps they are, but there is one that I find even more unforgivable, if unforgivable were on a range, and that is Chloe did not properly eject that SD card, and now the data is corrupted.
I really thought that
she just ripped it out of there. That thing's unreadable now.
Maybe. That kind of
this is the crown
goodbye.
jewels. You don't do that with the crown jewels, just in case. Like you don't run that risk. Come on, you got to go in there and you got to inject that SD card. Trust me.
I will cheer for Kiefer Sutherland just as an action hero. Boy, does he have the great chiseled looks.
He's only 58 years old.
You can tell that he's aged up, what has been 8 years of this show, and he's at the riper side of action hero looks.
Yeah, he's in his 30s when he's doing this.
If you do the math, the series from season 1 to season 7 took about 17 years because there's one period where they skip 4 years, another period. Most of the seasons are about 18 months apart. Then you got the
but it's only 9 years between season 1 and season 10. So
but he's saying canonically in the timeline of the story.
So we're in the future in this final season?
No, it'd be 2017 in season 7. So season 8 would have been 2019.
So we're in the future. Because this aired in 2010.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. Even though they still had razor flip phones used by government officials.
I love the idea of a 58-year-old Kiefer Sutherland playing the I'm too old for this shit. You know
what?
Jack Bauer.
G. James B. brought up the movie Phone Booth, which was a real-time movie. Imagine if they pulled
Kiefer Sutherland.
So imagine something like Phone Booth, and knowing maybe they even position it as a sequel to Phone Booth or something, or in the vein of Phone Booth, and then they reveal that it's real time with Kiefer Sutherland. Also, he's Jack Bauer. That part we were able to.
What if it's a crossover with Jack Reacher?
Well, I actually was thinking, I wonder if Jack Reacher would have stalled out in Hollywood quite simply because there's only room for many
one
Jacks.
Jack in this town. Yeah.
And this ain't New Jack City.
I think it's telling that we're spending more time talking about the fun ideas.
Anything other than this terrible finale.
But Amos, you said you liked it.
Yeah, the finale represents everything that I liked and didn't like about the show. It's a very good finale. It really captures the ridiculousness while also having the time frame and the toughness of Jack and the people he's surrounded, not knowing if they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, if they're trusting Jack or if they're going against him. This is the series in this one episode.
There was one moment of genuine magic. It was great. And it was when Kofi Annan suddenly turned in to Eric LaSalle. Like he was Kofi Annan for 5 minutes. And then he's like, we're just getting rid of all of this. I'm Eric LaSalle. I'm like, whoa, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was a magic trick for sure. I also like that, his daughter has a family now. A little nod, little backstory. She was such a pivotal character in first episode.
Oh my gosh! Wait, where did we see her? When was she?
Well, we didn't see her. He just said, "You have to protect my daughter. She has a family now."
Okay.
I was like, "Oh."
Okay. Although I do think they wave of the hand, like the person that was so important earlier in the season to keep alive and keep out of jail for killing that dude is now like. Anyway, she kind of meant something to me and died earlier today.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You didn't see last episode.
So-and-so seems upset. Well, her husband did just die 3 hours ago.
Maybe that's it.
She's kind of cold to me.
Yeah. The president at the end was like, they're coming. I'm going to resign my position and they're going to be coming for you. Now we know that just blanket pardons would be issued and everybody would be just fine with it. I mean, retrospectively, now that we live in the future we live in, we now know that was a bunch of crap. That's not how that would have happened.
Different times.
Different times. Different 2019 for sure. Well, folks, those are our thoughts on the full experience 24, the last episode, season 8, episode 24, day 8, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Any last thoughts on 24 as a whole?
Yeah. Let's chime in on the meta game of the full experience. This was a success for the full experience in terms of, have we pretty much watched 24? Yes, we pretty much have. We don't remember all the outrageousest moments, but we could speak it culturally. We know to just shout, "Chloe, you've got to whatever," and be Jack Bauer. I will say this aged poorly. It's like watching somebody else be on a roller coaster ride. I bet in the past they had a good time looking at you, Amos, and but meanwhile, not a lot to sink my teeth into here.
This is the first series in a while where I clearly loved the first 2 episodes we watched more than the last 2.
You could tell it fell off a fair bit, but it didn't fall off Sliders bad. It just fell off same bad.
Sliders being the farthest end of that scale, for sure.
Did you notice the end of the episode? The time didn't finish up going to 4 o'clock. It actually counted down the last
to
3
0.
seconds.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
It was very wistful.
Yeah.
I almost shed a tear, but it was stolen by Chloe.
Chloe, you have to shoot me.
Remember all the
battery
good
compartment
times
of
we
her
had?
phone.
Funnel those into a bullet into my chest, but through and through, please. All right, so we are going to take a hard right turn over a waterfall for our next viewing and watch the original 1974 Land of the Lost for our next full experience. That will include the premiere episode, Chaka, the ultimate episode, The Stranger, the lowest episode, Abominable Snowman, and the last episode, Medicine Man. Those are coming next. So if you want to watch along with us, find Land of the Lost. I believe it's streaming on multiple platforms, or you can buy episodes as well. There's DVDs, all kinds of ways to watch it. But our next episode will be the first episode of Land of the Lost, Chaka, which first aired September 7th, 1974. We'll talk about that next time. Patrons always get these first. They get to hear our discussions about what we're going to watch next. If you wonder how we come up with this stuff in our After Talk segment. So become a patron if you're not already. And big thanks to everyone who is at patreon.com/Cordkillers. We'll talk to you next time.
Where's my button?